MightyKeef. It's 2026 and we're getting an insane amount of video games this year. An insane amount. A lot of big hitters that y'all know, y'all been waiting for like 1 billion years, right? Not just GTA. We're getting Wolverine. We're getting a new Resident Evil at the end of the month. You know, we're about to feast on a new Dragon Quest. Well, it's a remake, but you know what I'm talking about. Toxic Commandos, all right? I know I kind of just slid that one in there, but hey, listen, all right? I love my Left 4 Dead style zombie shooters, and it's written by the GOAT, John Carpenter. If you're a horror fan, you know who I'm talking about. But anyways, today, I want to talk about a game called Marathon. This game has been going through the ringer on social media, just everywhere. It showed up. People were booing it. People didn't like it. They said it looked ugly. They said the gameplay looked bland. They said bliss, that, and the third. Now me, before Arc Raiders, never played a extraction shooter. Not really. So I didn't really care about the game. I like Bungie. I like Halo. I like Destiny. So that's the only thing that really kind of caught my eye, right? I was like, I like their gun gameplay. Let's see what this is all about. But then it got hit with like all this craziness, right? And then they were talking about how I think some of the images were stolen or something. I don't know. It just had bad aura all around it. So I was just like, look, when it comes out, I'll either check it out or not. I'm not going to pay attention to it. Well, I went on Twitter and I wanted to know, hey, have we heard anything about this? Lo and behold, this shit comes out next month. This shit comes out next month. And there were some weirdos that felt insecure that I was attacking the game by asking if there's information on the game, as if everyone's in the same algorithm as them, right? But, you know, critical thinking and whatnot. But, you know, there were actual genuine people that were like, yeah, Keef, go check out their YouTube channel and this, that, and the third. And I did. And I'm looking at it right now. And I kind of want to go through this with you all because apparently there are classes in the game. I had no idea. So that automatically, it gets me a little intrigued because I'm like, oh, wait a second. Hold on. So apparently there is the Assassin class just announced 2 days ago. And then the Destroyer class. And let's just look. This was 2 weeks ago. It's a developer insight. I kind of want to see what they're talking about just so I can get a better idea. Because, like, listen. Again, I like Bungie.
Runner shells
right?
is what we're calling the bioprinted bodies that you, the runner,
I believe this is the class.
Down to Tau Ceti. Each of our launch shells is really an archetype of gameplay.
So abilities, passives, stat packages, married to a very distinct silhouette that then players can look at, 50, 60 meters away and say, oh, I know what that is. I know what that player is capable of. And I can start to think about how to counteract it.
One of the things
I think that's actually pretty interesting.
Side is making sure that we're providing people ingredients instead of giving them a recipe. Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that across cores, you do that across implants, you do that across weapon mods.
So I'm assuming this is 2 weeks ago, right? So all the people who are in the know probably have already watched this. So anyone watching this is probably going to be just people who don't know anything about this, like me, or just want to hear my thoughts on it. So I'm going to be pausing it. I wanted to check this out. Now this is, okay, so this is the Vandal shell, right? It says heat capacity. Damn, you got heat capacity? What, we playing Mech Warrior? Shows agility, loot speed, melee damage, prime recovery. That's actually pretty interesting. I actually think this is pretty cool that they're doing like, it's almost like RPG extraction shooter. Now, Destiny's a looter shooter, right? I wonder how the looting is going to be in this game because I enjoyed, again, a lot of Destiny 2.
Figuring out what you want for your build that is unique, and you do that.
Oh, I missed it. I wanted to see this right here. This right here. So this is a mod that you can get in game or in the actual increased zoom and ADS accuracy. I wanted to see what the potentials are. Like, it's like if it says something crazy, like
for your build
plus 10% damage or something like that, or if it's just like a regular, more grounded
weapon
mods. Now this is wild. Now that's wild. Hold on.
Combination with each other.
Blast knockback, no longer deal self-damage instead of propelling it. What?
We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations of things that work together. But they have hooks that go out there, interesting combinations.
So you can
that can be used in combination.
So this allows that class. It no longer deals self-damage. Okay, so if you don't have this, you can deal damage to yourself, but if you do have this, you can kind of like use this as another movement
of your runner kit. We also want to make sure that there are interesting combinations.
That's kind of
things that
crazy.
work together. But they have hooks that go out into the other systems, so you can create this like crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
Wow.
Depending on your playstyle, if you're like someone who hangs back and likes to snipe.
I don't know if they're going to address this, but apparently in this game, you see that little blue stuff on them? That's like their blood, but if a body dies in the game, it actually stays on the field, right? I think originally they had it so that it would like just dissolve, right? Some pixelated stuff. But a change they made is the body actually stays on the field and like it'll decay over time. And you get to visually see it decay over time. It's like a pool of blood or whatever mass that's underneath it. And that's mad cool because that kind of tells you, that kind of gives you information that otherwise you wouldn't have. Which is that, hey, if this body looks like it's been decayed for a while, you know, the fight happened a long time ago, so it might be safe for you to be here. But if you see a body that is on the ground and it hasn't decayed at all, you know for a fact, somebody's around you. And that's actually
Depending on your
mad.
playstyle,
That's
if
cool
you're, like,
information.
Someone who hangs back and likes to snipe. You're someone who likes close quarters combat and you're gonna rush in.
That's my class right there.
You're gonna want to cater the.
That's my
items
class
that you're
right there.
finding.
If they got a big shield, that's my class.
Have a broad spectrum that everyone can kind of find a little bit of a home to, and then we're going to build on top of that.
Yeah, this is my class. I was looking up this guy.
Aggressive, brutal, wears a modified, futuristic version of the Mjolnir armor from the original trilogy.
The shell is designed to get into the fight as fast as possible and stay there.
Yup.
It comes equipped with thrusters on its legs that let it sprint faster, or you can
Oh
use it for a
man,
quick lateral
this
escape.
actually looks really
Orion
good.
barricade so that they can generate presence.
I
they
don't
can
remember. I
generate
like
almost
again. I
aggro
don't know what they look
for
like
their
at first.
team.
Its prime ability is Search and Destroy, which activates shoulder-mounted missile pods that fire heat-seeking missiles.
Stop playing.
They have a way to lock down targets over.
I did know what
sustained
it looks
fire,
like,
which
but
immobilizes
it
them,
didn't look too great
allows your team to follow up.
at first. But I don't know
Our
enough
Assassin
about the
Shell
original
is
to
built
know
for
what
players
they
like to play
changed.
Slow and quiet. It's very much a classic.
All the things, all the
backline
changes.
infiltrator. It has a dive ability that can be used to negate fall damage from any height.
Their
What?
technical ability
That's pretty
is
cool.
invisibility. You pull this like shroud of invis over yourself. You can sprint during it, you can mantle during it, but the faster you move,
That's
the
dope.
more visible you're gonna become. And if you take any actions, heal, shoot, get shot, you'll reveal yourself for a short duration.
This is gonna be so annoying, bro. This class is gonna be so annoying,
Their
bro.
prime ability sends out this disc. It creates this like plumes of smoke that you can enter into, and then when combined with their passive shroud, they go invisible when they enter smoke. The whole thing here is like be invisible, be sneaky, and then enshroud the world in smoke.
I wonder how much this
Originally,
is gonna be.
Recon was called internally Fun Police. That really is the core kind of fantasy. It's about hunting people down. It's about playing detective.
Ooh.
If you want to find all the assassin shells on the map, Recon is the shell you want to use. It
Oh.
comes with a tracker drone that you can toss out a little spider friend that crawls along the ground and will track towards enemies and explode. And that explosion overheats the target.
They can't move, they can't sprint, they're taking tick damage, and they like help you lock down a target so you can.
Wait a second.
If
I
you
might.
don't Recon has
Wait, I might have.
this really
I might have
awesome
spoke too soon.
combo.
This
It's open,
Recon
they
sounds
have these
godlike.
cool key codes. It opens up and pulses, and it sends out this like wave that detects both AI and players and
Hella
marks.
information.
And when you break the shield of somebody as a Recon shell, they leave holographic footprints behind. So even if they run away, you can follow that trail and they'll lead right to them.
What?
And finally, awareness, where if you get pinged, it'll actually tell you that someone like sees you. You won't know where, but you'll be able to be on high alert that somebody saw you and has marked you.
Okay. What? This looks incredible. This actually looks incredible. I am liking these classes. One thing about Arc Raiders is that I enjoyed it for a while, but like after around the 40 to 50 hour mark, I was like, okay, I've kind of done everything I needed to do, right? I was like, I didn't really feel like there's, I don't know. It just felt like I didn't really have anything to really work for anymore. and I didn't care about the PvP enough to like only dive in for that, right? It was fun doing the PvP and extracting and building my base up, right? But then once all that was done and there was only PvP left, I was like, okay. I got 50 hours out of a $40 game. Can't complain. It was fun. But this right now looks like, you got what, I don't know how many classes are in the game, but it seems like there's going to be a very different way you play with every other class. And so that might bring me a lot more life. I don't know what the ins and outs are afterwards. I don't know if there's going to be another video about it where it's like tells you, hey, because I'm assuming this video is just about classes, right? But I don't know if there's a video where it's like, hey, once you've done extracting all the stuff, like, is there a base that you can build, or like, what can you do after
Vandal
you
is our
extract
shell
the
that
stuff
is
outside of just
by
having
its very
better
nature,
guns? And
more
stuff?
agile than our other shells. It has micro jets that let it do a double jump. It has a power slide that goes much further than our normal sprint slide.
Their prime overloads their movement system so they can commit and chain all those actions together. They're about getting in and out, causing chaos.
The arm cannon for Vandal unfolds, and you find a big-ass gun barrel inside. You can use it to knock people out of cover. You can use it to knock people off of buildings, which is way more fun than knocking them out of
It's a
cover.
lot of
Times
skill
to knock
expression.
People off of field maintenance is like, this is a great thing.
No way. And he dies from fall damage? That's actually
Marathon
crazy.
is a game that is all about finding the best stuff on the map. So we felt like we needed to have a shell that was sort of built for the loot goblin fantasy. That is Thief to a T. Thief's trade ability is X-ray visor, where you flip down your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are within line of sight.
Oh, you get wall hacks?
Their
I'm
prime
sorry,
is
go
Within
back?
line of sight.
Oh, they're within line of sight. That's very important. Okay. I was gonna say, bro, you got a class that can literally wall hack? What? But okay, it's something that you would have seen anyway. Is that what's going on? Let me see.
Your visor, you can see containers through walls, you can see enemies that are
So yeah, this is a window. Okay.
within line of sight.
Yeah. Okay, and you can't see him anymore. All right, that's fine.
Their prime is
Dude.
pickpocket drone, where they deploy this like elegant origami mechanicalized butterfly. It has like a mechanical whip that it can send out, and that knocks loot out of both players and AI, and then it can suck that loot back up with the same whip. Or you can use it for recon. You can fly around, you can ping, those pings are
I
shared
hope
to
this
your
is
fly.
crossplay, bro.
Thief shell
I feel like
also has
games
a built-in grappling.
like this have to be
Embedded right in the
crossplay, bro.
forearm, you shoot out a dart. Mid-flight, it unfolds into this propeller that pulls you along, and you can swing away to safety.
The recharge rate for their grapple and their base handling and stats will go up as you fill the backpack. So the idea is to become a loot goblin, right? Steal as much as you can and get out.
The Triage shell is our shell for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking,
Man, that's 6 classes already, right?
enemies is built find. So
Yeah, that's already 6 classes.
you shoot out long, and you can.
Base handle as you can.
The Triage shell
Triage.
is our shell for support players. If you want to keep your allies kicking so they can kick back, we have Triage for you.
They're equipped
The medic,
with
huh?
these awesome like capacitive gauntlets where you activate them and then you can overcharge them and send out these tendrils that then like shock you back to life. Their
What?
tactical ability, they actually have these giant drones attached to the legs and they pull them out, and it's a little buddy, he's got a little face, and you give him a high five and send him on his way, and he'll come and hover over your shoulder and provide you with shields and health.
Triage is really a combat medic, so we knew we needed to give it an ability that was useful for firefights.
They've got 2 traits. The first one is the trait ability.
Is this
called
3v3 or
Battery
what?
Overcharge, where they
How many people can be in
overcharge
a
with
party?
gauntlets, which makes their weapons performance better. And if you're using battery weapons specifically, breaking shields will EMP targets, and that becomes an on-ramp to like a whole new layer of build crafting. And then they have the second trait, Shareware, which is really cool, which is any buddies that have medi drones on them, any consumable you use will get like copied to them. So you kind of almost are this like battle medic that's like constantly running triage on your team.
My boy Jesse gonna love this. That's like his class.
Sometimes you just
My boy Daniel,
you
too.
just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. you're able to enter into a match in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours to keep.
Instead of
Sorry, go back. This is the
on a
Rook, you said?
sometimes
This is the 7th class now.
sometimes you just want to take a breather after a bunch of runs and just kind of go on a run to just see what happens. And Rook is really fun for that.
Picking Rook automatically opts you into queuing in solo. You're able to enter into a match
Really?
in progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to your advantage because you risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours to keep.
Instead of focusing on like progression,
Anything
I'm
allowed,
sorry.
you're
I'm
able to enter
a little
into
confused. So you automatically get queued up solo in Rook. Does that mean if you do not play Rook, you cannot queue up solo? Like if I want to play the Destroyer? Or does that mean like Rook just can't queue up with teams? He's always solo. I was a little confused about that.
match in
also-
progress, and you're given a starting kit. You're not allowed to bring anything in. That's almost to
Not
your
allowed to
advantage
bring
because you
anything in.
risk nothing, and anything you take out is yours to keep.
instead of
Okay.
focusing on like progression,
Free loadout
and
from
things of that
Park
sort,
Raiders.
It's a mode where we make it easy for you to just kind of drop into a match that's in progress and run about and try to scavenge as much as possible and get out with it so that you can populate your vault a little bit more for future runs.
Oh, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I
And
want to
get
see.
out
The
with it
vault.
so that you can
Okay.
populate your
So this is the loadout. This is the vault. Okay. So I just wanted to see what you can create, what you can craft afterwards. If it's
vault a little
bully SMG. Ooh, firepower 22 extra hit range.
bit more for
So I'm just pausing just to see the UI. Again, guys, I'm very fresh to this. Bro, when this first got announced or first showed up and everyone saw it and I was just looking at it, I was like, okay, another extraction shooter. Again, not really into that genre at that time. But then you said Bungie. I said, oh, well, hold on. Let me see what's up. Then, a lot of bad stuff happened with it. And then
future runs.
kind of
Rook has
just
a
now
tactical
getting
ability
caught
that
up.
lets it blend in with UESC forces. So you activated a little mask piece of your face, and you are not perceived by the UESC as hostile. This
No
lets you come in,
way.
grab a little bit of loot and then bail.
One of the things that I
That's cool.
really
So you could
enjoy
you
about
could
Rook
pretend, you
is
could fool
added
the
attention.
NPC.
Midway through a session, even though you've known like a few crews got taken out, or maybe you've taken out crews yourself, you don't know how many new players get injected through Rook.
Yeah.
Ultimately, Rook is a morality test, so you have a couple of options when you see a Rook. Either you're a decent person and you drop them a piece of loot and let them be on their merry way, or you are a monster and you blast them in the face. And I'm not gonna say which
Dang!
one I am.
Hold on, bruh. Hold on. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
I blasted a lot of Rooks.
So I'm not gonna say which one I am. March 2026. Do we have a date? That's just March 2026. Hey, listen. So far, it's looking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually going to look at some more stuff and have some more videos out later about this. Let me know what y'all think. I'm kind of look. If y'all have more information, send them to me, bro. I'm enjoying it so far. All right, boys. I'm heading out though. Peace.